Hello and good morning to all of you, my dear friends, my dear YouTube viewers. Welcome to my channel SP Solutions. I am your uh, teacher Samir sir. Today, going to discuss about a topic regarding human reproduction. Generally, what is reproduction? So, reproduction is a process in which a species reproduce itself. Okay. So the topic what are we discussed today? Okay, the events in the sexual reproductions, the male reproductive system, the female reproductive system. So basically these topics I am going to discuss today one by one. Okay, so keep watching till end. So sexual reproduction in the human body. So human beings are sexually producing viviparous organisms. Okay, so generally the human being are viviparous. That means they born to a newborn baby. Okay, they give birth to a newborn baby. So the next one, events in the sexual reproduction. What are the events? The first one is your gametogenesis, insemination, fertilization, implantation, gestation, and finally parturition. Okay. So what is gametogenesis? Gametogenesis is a process in which the gametes are formed. Okay. What is insemination? The insemination is the ejaculation of the sperms in the female genital tract. It is known as insemination. What is fertilization? When the male gamete fuses with the female gamete, it is known as your fertilization. Implantation, what is implantation? When the zygote, okay, when the zygote is attached with the female reproductive part, okay, or female uterial part, okay, this is known as your implantation. Gestation, development of a embryo is known as gestation. Parturition, delivery of a baby is known as parturition. Okay. The first one is the gametogenesis. So formation of the male gametes or the female gametes, we can say this is known as your gametogenesis. There are two types of gametogenesis. First one is the spermatogenesis. Next one is the oogenesis. Oogenesis means formation of the ovum in the female part. Spermatogenesis means formation of the sperm in the male part. Okay. So the gametogenesis is in the male reproductive organ and the female reproductive organ. So where gametogenesis actually happens? So generally in the male reproductive organ, this is the testis, is the part where the gametogenesis occurs. Okay, we can say it spermatogenesis because here the sperms are produced. Okay, in the female reproductive organ known as the ovary. Okay, here the female gamete is produced, and we can say it is a ovum or egg. Next, insemination. I have already discussed about what is insemination. The transfer of sperm into female vagina. Fertilization. What is fertilization? The process of fusion of male and female gametes. Okay, and fertilization is okay. Then what is implantation? Implantation means the fertilized blastocyst. Okay, the fertilized embryo is implanted over the over the uterine part of the female body. Okay, this is known as your implantation. Next, gestation, the development of the embryo, we can say, okay, from the beginning to final age form. Okay. Next, parturition. What is parturition? Normal delivery is known as, or delivery of baby is known as parturition. I have discussed already. Then the male reproductive part. What is the male reproductive part? The primary sex organs. This is the pair of testes, and next the accessory ducts like the red testis, vas differentia, epididymis, vas differentia, ejaculatory duct, okay, and some accessory glands like the seminal vesicles, like the prostate glands, like the bulbourethral glands, and last one is the penis. So I have made a video over it. Okay, I have giving the link on the description box. Okay, you can watch it. Then the male reproductive system. What is the male reproductive system? The male reproductive system is located at the pelvis region. Okay, this is the pelvis region. It includes the pair of testes, a accessory duct, accessory glands, and external genitalia. What is external genitalia? This is the penis. Okay. Testes. What is testes? The testes are situated outside the abdominal cavity. Okay, within a pouch called the scrotum. Okay, so this is the scrotal part, and a sac is present known as the scrotal sac, and it is maintain the scrotum maintains the low temperature which is necessary for this spermatogenesis, that means the formation of the sperms. Okay, generally 2 to 2.5 degree less than the body temperature. What is the testis? Testis is the ovaline shaped and it has 250 components called the testicular lobules. The testicular lobules have the seminiferous tubules. Okay, next the seminiferous tubule. What is the seminiferous tubule? The seminiferous tubule contain two types of cells. One is your spermatogonia or male germ cell, another is Leydig cell which is producing one is the spermatogonia or male germ cell, another one is the Sertoli cell which is help for the nutrition. Spermatogonia help for the sperm formation and Sertoli cells help for the nutrition. Next one is the Leydig cell or interstitial cell. It is found between the seminiferous tubules, secrete the male sex hormone known as the androgen. Okay, so who produced androgen? That is the Leydig cell. Okay, but who produce sperm? This is the spermatogonia or male germ cells. This is the picture of the seminiferous tubules. Okay, so accessory ducts. So what is the accessory ducts? It includes the red testis, the vas efferentia, the epididymis, vas efferens, ejaculatory tract, etc. Next, the conduction of sperm through accessory ducts. So first one is the seminiferous tubule. Next the red testis. After that the vas efferentia, then epididymis, then vas deferens, then common ejaculatory duct, then urethra, and finalize the urethral meatus. Okay, so this is the type of pathway in which sperm is gone. So accessory glands is male, some seminal vesicles, a prostate glands, and pair of bulbourethral glands are present. Okay, this is basically present, and these glands secretes a fructose and calcium and enzymes. So generally this sperm contain fructose, okay, by which we can found the culprits during the rape murders. Okay, this is the idea. Then the secretion of the bulbourethral gland. What is a bulbourethral gland? It helps for the lubrication of the penis. Okay, so bulbourethral glands help for the lubrication of the penis. Okay, next in the penis. What is the penis? Okay, see, penis is the male copulatory organ. It is made up of special erectile spongy tissue. When the spongy tissue is filled with blood, the penis is erect. It helps for the insemination. Okay, what is insemination? I have told earlier. Okay, that means the transfer of the sperm to the female genital tract. Okay, the enlarged end of penis is called gland penis. Okay, so this is known as your gland penis, the enlarged part. It is covered with a loose and fold of skin called the foreskin. Then the female reproductive organ. What is the female reproductive? It includes the ovary, it includes the oviduct, that is also known as your fallopian tubes. Next one, the uterus, cervix, vagina, and next one is the external genital. Okay, so we are going to discuss one by one. So this is the oviduct. Okay, this is the oviduct part. Next one, this is the ovary. Okay, pair of ovary is present, that means 2. Okay, this uterine cavity. What is uterine? This is the part of the uterine cavity where the implantation of child is occurs. Okay, next one, the cervix. This is the cervix part. Okay, where the sperms are transferred from the male reproductive organs. Okay, and this is the cervical canal, and this is the vagina where the copulation occurs. Next one, the female reproductive system. So generally the female reproductive system having the pair of ovary is known as the primary sex organ, and the some accessory ducts are present like the fallopian tube, the uterus, the cervix, and the vagina, and a pair of mammary glands which are the accessory glands present, and some external genital like the mons pubis, like the labia majora, labia minora, hymen, and clitoris. Okay, we are going to discuss one by one. So in the picture you have seen all the diagrams, all the important parts of the female reproductive part. Okay, this is the ovary, this is the oviduct, this is the uterine fundus, this is the uterine part. Okay, so you can see over here. Okay, next the ovary. Ovary is the primary sex organs. Okay, you have to remember that much. That is not important. Accessory ducts, what are the accessory ducts? This is the oviducts, uterus, cervix and vagina. So these are the accessory ducts in females. Next one, the oviducts of the fallopian duct. Okay, the fallopian duct is about 10 to 12 centimeter long. Okay, 10 to 12 centimeter long, and the part of the closure of ovary is funnel shaped called the infundibulum. Okay, so I am showing you what is infundibulum in the picture over here. Here you can see this is the funnel shape known as the infundibulum. Okay, next, the oviduct, what is okay, the infundibulum leads to a wider part called the ampulla. Okay, after the infundibulum there is a part known as ampulla, and the last part is the isthmus. Okay, this is the three parts of a oviduct. One is infundibulum, ampulla, and another one is your isthmus. Next one, the uterus or womb. It is pure shaped, very very important, and it is supported by some ligaments attached to the pelvic walls. Okay, and it opens to the narrow cavity known as cervix. Okay, the cavity of the cervix is called cervical canal, which along with the vagina form the birth canal. Okay, this is the idea. Next one is the wall layers of the uterus. What are the layers or wall layers of the uterus? The external thin membranous layer is known as perimetrium. Next, middle layer is known as your myometrium. Okay, and the innermost layer is known as your endometrium. The endometrium is a part, okay, where cyclical changes occurs during the menstrual cycle, where the myometrium exhibits strong contraction during the delivery of the birth. So what is the function of a myometrium? Myometrium helps for the delivery, strong contraction during the delivery of the birth. But the menstruation cycle, during the menstruation cycle, the endometrium going on different cyclical changes. Okay, this is the structure of a endometrium, myometrium and perimetrium. Okay, so the outermost layer is perimetrium, the middlemost layer is myometrium, and the innermost layer is your endometrium. So the female external genital include the mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen and the clitoris. Okay, these are the some parts of the female external genital. The female pelvis. Okay, what is the female pelvis? The female pelvis, okay, you can see over here the diagrammatic sections of a female pelvis showing the different female reproductive system. So mons pubis, it is a cushion or the fatty tissue, okay, which is covered by skin or the pubic hair. Next is the labia majora. It is the fleshy fold of tissue which extend down from the mons pubis and surrounded by the vaginal opening. Labia minora, it is paired fold tissue under the labia majora. Okay, so these are not basically important, but important is over here. This is the part, okay, where the short question is come. The opening of the vagina covered by a partial membrane called the hymen. The clitoris is the tiny finger-like structure which lies at the upper junction of a two labia majora and two labia minora. Okay, so clitoris is the you can say this most sensorous or sensitive part of a female reproductive system. Okay, when we compare with the male reproductive system, it is the gland penis. Okay, next one, the mammary glands. So mammary glands are the characteristic feature of the all female mammals. Okay, the mammary glands are the pair of male secreting glands. Very very important. Mammary glands are the male secreting glands. Okay, each mammary gland possesses a cluster of milk called the alveoli. Okay, this is the important thing. There is also a term called alveoli. Similarly, in the lungs, the cells of alveoli secrete milk. Oh, this is the structure of the mammary glands. Okay, and this is the flow chart, how the milk conduction from the mammary glands. Okay, so here mammary alveoli is producing to mammary tubules. Okay, then it the milk goes to the mammary duct, then lactiferous, then the mammary ampulla, and finally the lactiferous duct. Okay, hope you will understand how the milk is conducted in the mammary glands. Okay, this is for today. Hope you will understand. If you will understand, please subscribe my channels. Okay, thank you.